You were Daniel Negreanu's coach throughout his 25,000 hands challenge with Doug Polk. And so how do you look back on that challenge overall?
Yeah, I'm one of the coaches. We had another coach as well, my partner, Matthew Boyd.
Yeah.
And we have no regrets how we approached and how we executed the strategies. You know, when Daniel first came to us, he hasn't played a hand of no limit heads up hold'em. Like, it just hasn't happened.
Right.
He's primarily a tournament and mixed game cash player, etc. So when we first started with him, it was raw, and I mean incredibly raw. It's easy when you're coaching or trying to teach somebody something where they have like a blank canvas, right? And there's kind of an unmolded piece of clay, and they don't have all these perceptions and patterns and, you know, bad habits and good habits, etc. That like really drive their thought process. So you have to like really break them down, because it's a completely different game. There's just different fundamentals, there's different heuristics, and there's just different mechanics of the game entirely. So we went in, and Daniel and I played hours a day for a couple weeks, and we really broke down his game tree and started to teach him, like, no, this is how this game functions. This is what you're supposed to be doing. There's not going to be many donks on the flop, and if any, and heads up hold'em, and kind of going through the process of teaching someone a completely new game. And I will say, he impressed the shit out of us in every way a human can impress somebody in regards to evolving and learning and kind of setting aside his own biases and, you know, theories, etc. And I mean, he did something that will forever be impressive to me.
If a 25,000 hand challenge started tomorrow with Daniel Negreanu and Doug Polk, where do you see the kind of the odds lying in that kind of a challenge? So if you can quantify it in any form whatsoever, how much did Daniel Negreanu improve from the beginning to the end, and where he is right now in his game?
Well, as far as progression is concerned, it's not even close. It's 20,000%. I think people really underestimate how different no limit heads up hold'em is compared to full ring or even six max, or quite frankly even, you know, three handed. It's a little closer than, but it's just a completely different monster. So the difference in skill right now has been really compressed, and so Doug would still be a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I'm not taking anything away from him. Specifically about Doug, like, you have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, the fucking guy came in. I can cuss, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Green light.
The fucking guy took 2 years off and spent 3 months getting back to quite literally an elite level.
Yeah.
Not many people, if anybody, can do that in that time frame. And Daniel and Doug, they both share that in common. Yes, Doug is further along that journey, of course, but Daniel has that unique skill too. From where he started to where he is now, it's just a completely different human. I truly agree with what Doug Polk said. He said that he would take Daniel against any non-elite heads-up no-limit hold'em player. I feel the exact same. Now, if Daniel started the match today with the skill set he has today, and we had the opportunity to continue to work with him, I would say the skill gap definitely shrinks. Doug would still probably be a favorite. I don't know how big. Mm-hmm. Variance is definitely going to play a part in heads up hold'em. And there's a fundamental truth that the poker community doesn't seem to fully grasp yet, is how deep variance actually can go and what true variance actually looks like.
Hey everyone, this is No Gamble, No Future. All the sports betting, and Brent, really just all the pure degeneracy.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Like and subscribe.
Please.